All right, so I have come out of hibernation because it is that time of the year again. It is fantasy football time. And today I'm going to tell you which wide receivers I like this year outside of the top five. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Sauce here with the First Round by Show, where we bring you all football all the time. And today, I am insanely excited about this one because fantasy football is probably, if it's not my favorite time of the year, football wise, then I honestly don't really know what else would be. I've become a huge fantasy football player, just like, a lot of the world now. But my favorite thing about fantasy football is the fact that I get to do these deep dives and look to see which players are going to be on my team this year. And my favorite position in fantasy is the wide receiver position, obviously, right? Everybody loves a good wide receiver. Wide receivers are the ones that get a bunch of the points. Outside of running backs and stuff, like, of course, everybody contributes, every position contributes, but wide receivers are like your bread and butter, right? So because of that, we already know the top five. The top five is pretty much locked in, right? Well, here's some players that I actually like. I like T-Mac, Ted McMillan. I think that the situation that he is in whenever it comes to being Bryce Young's, top target and everything, and being in an offense that's kind of overlooked in a way. Nobody really talks about the Panthers a whole lot, but he has established himself and emerged as the wide receiver one over there. And yesterday, wow, last year he did a phenomenal job, and made them into, he elevated that offense. So because of that, I think that he's going to get a lot of looks. I think that he is going to produce. I think he's going to be a fringe wide receiver one, to be honest. The next player that I like is actually one that Jose also really likes. I like George Pickens, and I actually like him a little bit more than I do CeeDee Lamb, which is kind of crazy, I know, but hear me out. The main reason why is because George Pickens is phenomenally talented. He is huge. He is a great wide receiver, and he has a very good quarterback in Dak Prescott, throwing him the ball. And then on the other side, he's got CeeDee Lamb, and I think both of them are going to feast. I think both of them are going to eat, but I do think that George Pickens, just because he is kind of looked at as wide receiver 2, and I don't really think that they're really looked at as wide receiver 1A and 1B, but because of the fact that George Pickens is supremely talented and can take advantage of a lot of those one-on-ones and the coverage going to CeeDee Lamb, I think he's going to eat, and I think he's going to be a fringe wide receiver 1 as well. Next up, I have Davante Adams. I actually really like him because of the Puka Nacua situation. I think that he is going to emerge, and I think that he is going to pay dividends to whoever picks him up. If you pick him up, I think that he is going to definitely be, his floor is wide receiver 2. I think that he has the potential to be a wide receiver 1, but he also is getting up there in age. He's a little bit older and everything. So who knows how you should go about it. I would take a chance on him, though. I would take a chance on him as a wide receiver 2, potentially a wide receiver 1, depending on the situation. Now, here's a couple of guys that I absolutely love. I absolutely love Jalen Waddle with Bo Nix. Reason being, Bo Nix, he caught a lot of flack last year because of the fact that he was a check down artist. A lot of people thought that the Denver Broncos success was in spite of him, not because of him. Like, he didn't really help a whole lot. But Jalen Waddle, he is a dynamic wide receiver. He can stretch the field. He can make catches. He's phenomenal. And I think that he's finally going to get a chance to be able to cement himself as a either wide receiver 2 or low-end wide receiver 1. I know that they have Cortland Sutton over there. Don't get me wrong. I like him. I think he's great. But I think that Jalen Waddle is going to be, enormous over in that offense. I think he's going to be a deep play threat. I think that he's going to score some points for sure. The other player that I really love is DJ Moore with Josh Allen over there in Buffalo, because I think he still has some juice. I think that last year, I think he was in a crowded offense, and it's very, very tough to grow and to do well in a crowded offense. That offense was getting looks from Rome Odunze, from Luther Burden, from Colston Loveland, so many weapons. But you go to a Buffalo offense that has Josh Allen, James Cook, and, he could be emerging as wide receiver 1. I think he's going to eat well with Josh Allen. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of people that go with the double dip and do DJ Moore with Josh Allen in their fantasy leagues. Not a bad idea. So now we're going to talk about the ones that I do not like. These are players that I'm probably not going to draft, probably not even on my radar, because I don't really like the situations that they're in. The first one is Malik Nabers, and a lot of it has to do with him living in that blue tent. Last year, he went down to injury. I actually drafted him in the first round last year in one of my leagues, and he burned me. He burned me bad. And so because of that, I have a very sour taste in my mouth for Malik Nabers. In fact, I have a very sour taste in my mouth for the entire Giants offense because of the fact that, Jackson Dart lives in the blue tent, and so does Cam Scatterbo. I think that Nabers is going to be decent. I think that he'll get some targets and everything, but it's a completely different offensive scheme now. They don't have Brian Dable anymore, who is over in Tennessee. And so because of that, I do not think that he's going to be getting as many looks as he did before. I think that Harbaugh is going to run the ball a lot. I think that he's going to try and protect Jackson Dart because of the fact that Jackson Dart is, very injury prone. So I don't think that they're going to be throwing the ball as much. I mean, I still think obviously they're still going to throw the ball, but I don't think they're going to be throwing the ball as much. Next up, I think that I do not like Devontae Smith. And part of the reason why is because Philly, they have a high reliance on the run game. I don't think that that's going to be a very good situation for at least fantasy owners. Even though there's no longer an A.J. Brown over there to be eating up targets, I do not think that Devontae Smith is going to be able to, thrive in that situation because they're still a run-first team. Jalen Hurts runs the ball all the time. Saquon Barkley runs the ball all the time. So I don't think that they're going to get enough looks. I don't think that there's going to be enough food there. And finally, player that I don't like and I'm probably not going to be drafting, Ladd McConkey. I feel like there was a lot of fantasy owners last year that were a little perturbed, a little pissed off, a little upset because of the fact that Ladd McConkey came into the season looking like he was going to be a bona fide threat and that he's going to score a lot of points. Didn't end up being the case. It was just bad. He wasn't being able to be relied on and everything. So I'm definitely not I don't like the situation that he's in. I think that they're just going to continue to run the ball, try and protect Justin Herbert and everything. So yeah, that's me. That's what I think. So with that being said, because that's what I think, I want you guys to drop down in the comment section below and let us know what you guys think. Do you think that my list is good, trash, whatever? Just let me know down in the comment section below. And also, a big thing that I would like for you guys to let me know is, outside of the top 5, who are your favorite wide receivers this year? And who do you not like? Who do you think is not going to be very good that everybody else thinks is going to be good? Let me know down in the comment section below. With that being said, though, we appreciate the love and support. Continue to watch. We're going to continue to pump out these videos. Fantasy season is upon us, and we are excited. So, with all that being said, make sure you drop a like, comment down below, subscribe, hit that bell for post notifications. That way you know anytime we post videos on the channel. With that being said, catch you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.